For the longest time, how humans have always thought about AI is kind of like this, right? We've always thought that AI will never really replace humans in terms of the high-level thinking. And humans have always said, well, AI is going to come in and the robots are going to do like the lower level stuff first. AI is going to replace the factory workers. It is going to replace the manual labor. It is because of technology. We're going to replace all of the stuff that requires blood, sweat, and tears, right? Low level manual labor. And the last thing that's going to be replaced is high level intellectual stuff. Things that's creative, things that requires thinking, things that requires imagination. And if you're seeing how fast things has changed in the recent months, you're gonna see that in the next 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, we are just barely getting started, okay? So that's why I wanna be able to spend an entire hour to walk you through what I've been doing, how my team's been utilizing these tools, and how you can incorporate it as part of your sales process to help you change your ads, your funnels, anything that's creative. And I know that even by saying this, we are still really at the tip of the iceberg. After spending over $10 million in ads, of utilizing our own money, not clients' money, not running somebody else's campaigns, but literally promoting our own offers, products, software, and services, we realized that the one thing that constantly combats ad fatigue when it comes to scaling is just in having a ton of creatives, a ton of image options, so that you can pass it on to Facebook and use it as dynamic creatives. Now today in this video, I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes to a coaching call that I did over here to show you exactly how do you create all these different creatives utilizing AI. That's right. Before this, it used to be the case that if you wanted to create an image ad variation that is like illustrated, where it needs to be drawn digitally, or whether it's by hand, it used to take a crazy amount of hours, but now it literally takes a couple of clicks. So I want to be able to walk you through how that process looks like, what it is that my team is doing in-house in order to generate images using AI strategically, and how you can utilize it to scale your ads while still having a life, while your team is still having life, and have them thanking you for it. All right, let's begin. For today's session, we are going to be integrating a few different tools together to show you how everything's getting disrupted, okay? And I'm not even talking about ChatGPT. ChatGPT right now is like a little baby AI. There's a whole AI war happening. Google's gonna be coming up with their own AI very soon. And everybody's just competing for this whole AI war happening. Now what does this mean for us? It means that who are the winners? You and I are gonna be the winners as long as we understand how to utilize these tools to help us with our work. So the tools that we're going to be utilizing for AI is, for today, I'm going to be showing you how we utilize this tool called Midjourney. Okay. Now what is Midjourney? Midjourney is a site it's an AI-driven site that helps you create images based on prompts, and we're going to utilize ChatGPT to help us think about these prompts, okay? And I'll show you how we do that as well, okay? Now, what is Midjourney? Let's begin with Midjourney first. Midjourney is a freemium software, meaning it's free up to a specific point, and if you're generating a lot of images, then you want to go on their paid plan, which is $10 and $30, which is like out of this world insane. It's like, I can't imagine the place that I'm at right now, okay? So you can see that once you go to midjourney.com and open up an account, okay, whether it's a free account or a paid account, the place that I'm going to go to first is this place called the community feed, okay? Now, what am I doing in the community feed? Right now, the goal first is to get ideas on the prompts, okay? Now, what is prompts? How AI behaves is just purely based on what you tell the AI, right? Which is known as the prompt. But the problem is, we may not necessarily understand how to prompt this AI to give us this specific output, okay? So for example, if you take a look at this image, okay? This image looks like it's drawn by a specific watercolor, Japanese inspired, right? Now, if you take a look at this, look at the AI prompt, right? It says, voyeuristic, stunning old Burma landscape, legendary in the style of Joseph Stoitzner and Tom Hammock. Okay, now you and I, if we are not into this specific type of art and drawing, we will probably not know or have heard of in the style of Joseph Stoitzner and Tom Hammock, right? Most people like you and I, we will never know that this prompt exists. So the first thing we want to be able to do, okay, and you're going to do this, you can do this together with me, okay, is we're first going to look for inspiration when it comes to prompts, okay? Why? Because now we want to be able to start building up, okay, write this down, we are building up a library of prompts so that you can use over and over again. So by going to the community feed, you first want to think about what are different images that's going to inspire me based on the type of image, because there's a lot, right? There's like fantasy, there's a cat in a, I don't know, in a samurai / mage robe, Japanese inspired, okay? So from Final Fantasy 15, okay, we would have never thought about a prompt like this, okay? So what we're doing is we first want to be able to get inspiration, okay? We want to start thinking about what type of images are we looking for, what type of look and feel. Do we want it to be like a Japanese pop record based like in 1990, okay? Do we want to be able to create this Yoda looking cybernetic alien, okay? Now if you think about the application of this, the application of this is vast. So all I'm doing is, if I wanted to create a prompt like this, all I'm doing is I'm going to first get inspiration, right? I'm going to copy this and I'm going to copy the prompt. Okay, so notice what I'm doing right now. I am going to click on copy. I'm going to copy the prompt. And all I'm doing is I'm going to go on to Microsoft Word. But all I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste it here for now, right? So you notice it just says filigree, surreal, abstract portrait, double exposure, mosaic, Times Square at night, Blade Runner, sci-fi styling, vibrant, vivid paper art, right? Now again, in most cases, we're never going to think about a prompt like that, okay? So what I'm going to do then is I am now going to just get inspiration based on what I like and see. Now, it could be the case that you want to follow a specific theme, okay? So like, if I wanted to use an image like this, which is, I don't know if you guys have watched Initial D, which is an comic / anime back in my days when I was a kid, right? To me, this type of image looks like that, okay? So this is what I mean, right? It says, in the style of Katsuhiro Otomo and Kazuo Koike, okay? That's what I mean by we'll never think about a prompt like that. What you're going to do first is you're going to put them into different themes, okay? So let's say I like this anime feel, okay? Same thing here, I'm going to copy the prompt, and I'm just going to just put these prompts in here for now, right? That's all I'm doing. I'm just getting inspiration, right? So step one, it's all about getting inspiration and putting it into and grouping it together. But this is when we're going to utilize AI, and I'm going to show you how we use now ChatGPT to get more prompts and have ChatGPT to think about these prompts. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with asking ChatGPT, do you know what prompts are? I'm going to train ChatGPT into understanding what Midjourney does. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm telling ChatGPT, there's another AI like you called Midjourney, and we give it text prompts based on our imagination to create images out of these prompts. So the way we describe the image is we use text tokens separated by commas. Can I give you some examples so you can generate some of these prompts for me? So notice what I'm doing right now. All I'm doing is I'm telling ChatGPT, hey, there is these other sites out there. And by the way, it's not just Midjourney. You can do this for a lot of other examples as well, okay? So all I'm doing now is I'm saying, here's an example of a text prompt, okay? Or rather, I'm going to give you text prompts so that you can create more creative text prompts for me as well. Make sense? Okay. So he says, right, yes, sure, I can create text prompts for you based on the format you mentioned. Can you give me a few examples of text tokens? Okay. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to type in, here is an example. Okay. Then now, I am going to give them this first text prompt, right? So now here's an example, okay? And I'm just gonna put this over here, right? So that now, ChatGPT is learning, oh, okay, these are the type of prompts that you like, okay? So all I'm gonna do right now is I am going to take prompts that I like, but I wanted them to like kind of fit a specific type of theme. We first want to begin with the goal. What we're doing is we want to be able to think about what do we want our ad, if this is for an ad, what makes a really good pattern interrupt against the grain, right? So sometimes it's not about playing safe. It's not about having nice graphics. It is about having graphics that stand out, that goes against the grain, that makes a person go, huh? What is this? Right? So the way I like you to think about it to be creative, right? It's like, take a look at this, Ronald McDonald mugshot. I want to be able to think about how can I have this really stop the scroll type of thing, okay, for my image, because it's going to take hours to create this original image, right? Now, when I see this, it's like, Ronald McDonald mugshot. It actually tells me like, it straight away gives me ideas, right? It's like somebody committing a crime, but it's like, it's in a funny way, right? Because it's Ronald McDonald, okay? So, chances are, if I am in the dieting niche, if I am in the weight loss market, definitely this could be an amazing ad, right? Ronald McDonald, so what's the hook? Like when I see this could be literally, the hook of the ad is Ronald McDonald found guilty causing millions to be obese, right? That's the hook. So the way I like you to start thinking about your ideas is like, you can now think about, you can actually go crazy with the hook, because the hook can be in the form of image, right? So the possibility is really endless. Again, it's not about just creating beautiful images. It could be, but it's also creating something that stands out, that is weird, that is unusual, right? That goes against the grain because it's not the norm. Now, once that's done, okay, what are we going to be doing next? We want to be able to think about images we can use. Okay, so let's start with ads first. The part that's going to give you immediate ROI, fast, quick, that designers will take hours to create, and even then they might not even create anything half as good as this, is this next step. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're now going to go to Discord. Okay, now this is where it's still very early in the game. Okay, so how Midjourney works is that when you sign up for an account on the site, unlike a traditional website where you might create the images on the site itself, you actually don't do that. You actually create it on Discord. I know that might change, but I know it's because we're very early in the game, right? So the only way to create these images is after you create an account, you have to go to Discord, and under Midjourney, the place that you're going to go to inside Discord is, I would recommend just going into like a newbie room. Okay, so they've got a lot of different channels. Just go into any type of newbie room, okay, and start creating these prompts in here. So you can see that over here, there's a lot of people creating stuff, okay, and you can see like for this guy here, his prompt is muscular black man doing exercises. Now, how I think about AI is not about playing it safe. Right? Yeah, this is a nice image, but I want it to go against the grain. I want it to be when somebody is scrolling, okay, and when they see this ad, it's still going to be something that pops out more than this. To me, this is still safe. I want it to be like out of this world where you gotta imagine where it's not normal, right? Because that's what makes a great hook. So once it's on Discord, the only thing that I'm going to do is inside the channel, you'll notice that I can actually type a command over here. Okay, so the command is going to be, right, imagine. Okay, and you'll notice that once I type in imagine, it allows me to put in a prompt. So there's 3 sites in play right now. Midjourney to create the graphics, ChatGPT to give me ideas on different prompts that I could be using, because we will not think about filigree etched mason jars filled with celestial scenes set against the backdrop of a stunning purple sunset, right? We will never in a million years think about that prompt, right? So we want to be able to get different variations based on the input, okay? And now we are utilizing the third site, which is Discord, to help us create these images. So what's the prompt? Okay, so now I am going to create a prompt like this. Okay, so let's go back to Midjourney. Okay, and then on Discord, and I'm just going to put this prompt in first. Okay, now let's see what happens. Once I put this prompt in, notice that it's sending the command, and sometimes it takes less than 30 seconds for it to create the image. Okay, so now, and sometimes there's a lot of things going on, right? So, but typically it will not take more than a minute to generate these images. Now I want you to really think about what it is that you can tell AI that makes a person when they are scrolling, okay, to really stop the scroll. So especially when it's related to your market. So I want you to think about beyond normal, right? What is normal? Normal is highly productive person in office working, right? Now please write down, normal is boring, right? That's not what makes a good image ad. What makes a good image ad is person in office with 15 hands holding different objects like an octopus. Now that's what makes a great ad, right? What will be the hook? Are you somebody in the office trying to manage 15 different things on a daily basis? Right? Now that's what makes it interesting. That's what makes a person stop the scroll. So you might notice that, so for example, this funnel, right? You can't really see the shade because it's made like it's transparent, but this is actually an image that's made like white or grayed out. So one of the things that you could do is you could take the images that Midjourney creates, okay, and then you could take this image and rather than making it full color, because full color is very distracting, I could have Midjourney resize this so that it fits the dimension, the backdrop, but I can also make it so that this image here, rather than it being of this color, right, it becomes like a black and white image of that version, so that's very subtle in the backdrop, like this. Are you guys seeing the potential of this? How does this change your game? It changes the game because it changes your ads. We can go crazy with it. It's a great stop the scroll stopper ad. It changes your funnel design. It changes anything that is creative related, right? You store all the prompts in one place that allows you to reuse it again and again, and it changes the way you create dynamic creatives inside Facebook. So I could have 10 different versions of the corporate lawyer in a suit like an octopus with 10 hands, right? And before that, it would be crazy to split test an image like that. But now I can have 15 of those images just dumped in, right? And allow Facebook to find the winner for me. And that's why this game has just changed everything for us. And I know that even with that being said, we are just at the start of this entire evolution. Well, I hope you enjoyed the behind the scenes to this coaching call. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway is. And as always, be sure to smash the like button. It does help the channel out a little bit. And to subscribe to this channel if you want to be notified of future videos just like this one. Now, some of you asking me, how can I be part of this process? How can I ask you questions? How can I have you coach me or mentor me?
We want to make sure that we are working with the people that's the right fit. You'll need to fill up a form. There's a link right below this video. Somebody on my team might give you a call to interview you to see if the right fit for each other. And if you want to apply and see if you're a good fit, then all you need to do is click on this link in the description box below and my team will be in touch with you.